At Izumi, we're designing our system of dress with the thinking that the innermost and the outermost layer are going to be the most important. Additionally, when we're designing garments, we focus on each layer having a specific job to do, moving away from a multitasking garment. The first consideration when a rider is putting together their system of dress is going to be the base layer. This is directly affecting the microclimate against your skin, which is hugely important for rider comfort. When we have a very high workload or maybe a dry outside environment, then a synthetic or polyester-based base layer is going to do a terrific job at moving moisture. In a variable workload situation, or maybe a higher humidity environment, then oftentimes merino wool base layers do a great job of buffering humidity against the skin, and it eliminates sort of the highs and the lows that can occur during a variable, say, rolling hill or changing condition ride. Once the base layer has been determined, next the rider needs to think about their outermost layer. So what I think about is, what are the conditions that we need to protect you from? Is it cold? Is it precipitation? Is it high wind speed? And that's going to dictate exactly what your outermost layer ought to be. If it's going to be a rainy day, then the rider needs to protect themselves from that moisture, in which case a waterproof breathable jacket with its waterproof breathable membrane and its taped seams is going to be the most effective. If we need to protect the rider from wind, then perhaps a barrier jacket is going to be exactly what's needed to cut through that and reduce chilling. Maybe a soft shell jacket is going to be the most appropriate because the rider is facing variable conditions or they're riding in the cold, in which case snow as the precipitation is going to remain frozen. It's not going to melt on the rider. Or perhaps the rider is just out on a nice cool fall day, in which case a thermal jersey could be their outermost layer. Once we have our base layer established and we have our outer layer established, then we're left with the mid layer that's going to be the modifier. If we're looking at a synthetic mid layer, then perhaps we're going to be moving moisture a little bit more effectively. If we're looking at a merino-based mid layer, then we're going to be insulating while wet. And a big part of this is because when merino wool absorbs water vapor from the air, it's actually able to release heat back to the rider. So this can help even out some highs and lows throughout a ride. And so when a rider is considering their system of dress, it's important that they consider the outside factors as well as their clothing so that they can put together an ensemble that's going to be most comfortable for their riding.